but can leave up permanently. And you'll notice it's open right now, so it allows you to see out of the roof if you want to. But here's the cool part. You can take this, put it up, and now you're protecting yourself from that summer heat. Now, obviously there's give and take on this as well. One of the things that I'm concerned about is that this right here is going to cover up more of the sunroof or the glass roof than I would like. And not only that, but there's one for the front and one for the back. I'm a little concerned that the back is going to cover and kind of take away from your rear view mirror, and that could create problems as well. So we're going to take a look at this. I'm going to get this installed, and I'm going to show you the process of getting it installed, and then we'll take a look at how much it covers up the window or the glass roof, and how it performs and looks overall. I think we'll have to see if this matches pretty well with the interior or not. So let's take a look at everything that comes in the box, and then of course how this thing gets installed and how it performs overall. Now there are two shades, one for the front and the other for the back, and they each come in two pieces and are held together by Velcro. We'll see how that works in just a bit. Now there are also two crossbars, a screwdriver, backup screws, rubber spacers to help with the placement on the back, and white gloves to help keep the fabric clean. Now you can see more of the mechanics and how they work on the underside with pleated shades, much like the ones that many people have in their homes. Now I started in the front by taking the longer crossbar and slid it as far back as I could, making sure the slotted side was facing the back of the car with the Velcro down. There is also an arrow as a reference to point to the back of the car. Next, I grabbed the front shade, which is the one with the more rounded front side, and then separated the two pieces held together by Velcro. Once I got into the car, I realized I forgot to take the screws out of the crossbar. Now obviously it would be much easier to take them out before installing. With the Velcro facing down and the folded shade in the back, I inserted the two tabs in the space between the window and the lining. The back should align with the holes, allowing you to insert the screws that were just removed. The back side of the cover has two strips of Velcro to line up with the two strips on the frame. It will take a little time to line it all just right, but really wasn't too difficult. In order to make the rear crossbar fit, I needed to cut the two plastic end pieces down a bit, as this seems to be a problem with the earlier Tesla Model 3s. The later models shouldn't have this problem. Now it was the same concept as the front of the car with the Velcro down and the slotted side and the arrow pointing to the back of the car. I used the defroster lines as a point of reference to line it up properly. With the Velcro down and the folded shade in the back, I inserted the tabs up front and lined up the holes in the back and inserted the screws I took out earlier. Once again, installing the cover took a few tries to get lined up properly, but once again wasn't too terribly difficult. Right off the bat, it's clear to me that this isn't for everyone. Number one, if you don't live in an exceptionally hot climate, then this really isn't a necessity for you unless you want a more permanent way to block out the sun in general. Number two, if you appreciate the panoramic glass roof of your Model 3 and especially the Y, then it may be difficult for you to give up part of that view. Now on the flip side, if you do live in an exceptionally hot climate, at least for part of the year, then this may be something worth considering. Now with these sunshades, you now have the option to block out the sun entirely or open it up at moment's notice. As with many of these products that can change the look and feel of the car, many times it's difficult to know for sure how you'll feel about it until it's actually installed.